Hello, I'm Tactical Pascal. Welcome to the channel. I hope this finds you all safe and well. In this DCS World video, I'm going to show you how to use TACAN, or Tactical Aid to Navigation, and how to tank in the JF-17 Thunder. It's easy peasy. Let's get cracking. So here we are on the JF, and what we're going to do is taxi on out, and we'll go use our TACAN, and we will find our tanker and do some air-to-air refueling. So we're going to show you how to use TACAN and how to do a bit of tanking as well. So as we're taxiing, first thing I'm going to look for, where are we? Arco 41, so TACAN is 41 Yankee. So get that first, and I'll do that once I've gone round the corner. I've started taxiing down the other end of the runway. Now, if you are going to go tanking, of course, you need to attach the air-to-air refueling probe. If it isn't already done in your aircraft, it's a good idea to obviously select that when you rearm and refuel. It's one of the options you can do. So I'll taxi on down, like I said, and then we'll get cracking with our TACAN. Now, you'll notice on the right-hand side in the HSD there, there's no option to select TACAN. That's because I'm connected to the data link. So rather than faff around with any submenus and stuff, all I'm going to do is disconnect the data link, and then it'll put in my TACAN data. Or rather, I'll be able to see my TACAN data once I've input it. So over on the left-hand panel, as we continue taxi, we're going to go TACAN. Our channel was 041, and band is Yankee. We're going to put it as air-to-air receive. We can see here, there's no option to select TACAN. So what I'm going to do is go to my data link and exit the net, and then bring up my HSD again, and then select TACAN. Now we've got the bearing information with the yellow triangle pointing round on our compass on the HSD towards the tanker. So all we need to do is get airborne, contact the tanker, fly towards him, obviously find out what height he's at. And we can use then our data link once we're airborne to help us locate the tanker. Sometimes the range information with the JF-17 TACAN doesn't work, depending on the TACAN number you use. We've reached the end of the taxiway, so we're just going to get lined up onto the runway and head off. And I'm going to use the preset radios to talk to the tanker once I get airborne. So I'm going to stop before I reach the runway threshold. Leave the brakes on now. To get your kneeboard up, Shift K. We've got all the airfield info. We don't want that. We want our comms. Now, if I look at the mission briefing on the Tactical DCS training server, we'll find here information for the tanker. So Arco 41 is my basket tanker because we are probe and drogue system here for the JF. So 244.1 is the frequency. So that's channel number 11. Now, I'm taking off from Sochi, so I'll just double check. So such is 2522, 2522, that's the preset that I have already. So I'm going to change to channel 11 once I'm airborne. So we'll head off onto the runway now. Sochi traffic Pascal, taking off at runway 07. I say 07, is it 07? No, 06 at Sochi. Correction, runway 06. 07's Kutaisi, I believe. 0725, whereas Sochi is 0624. Right, so I'm going to roll down a little bit in the JF here, and then off goes the nose wheel steering, hold the brakes. Now we've got two sets of wing tanks. In fact, let's go outside view, we'll see there, two sets of wing tanks, so I'm going to go full burner for this takeoff. We're going to take off and we're going to turn right up towards our TACAN indication for the tanker. So thunder off, we'll put the EFIS back on now while we're taking off. Of course, our nav mode weapons are unsafe. So there's a 120, just begin a gentle pull back in the stick, 140, rotate, 10 degrees nose up. Gear coming up.
Altitude, altitude, altitude.
My lovely Betty, give me the warning. So gear is up and locked. Any flaps we have are already up, or maneuvering flaps rather, and then we're going to start our turn to the right towards the indicated TACAN destination. Such traffic, Pascal clear, pushing boom. contact the tanker now. So let's select his frequency VHF radio. So tanker Arco 41 intent to refuel.
Uzi 1-2, request rejoin. Uzi 1-2, Arco 4-1, proceed to pre-contact at 22,000.
22,000. Okay, so we can see here on our HSD, now we're at data link, we can see here we have our bearing at 127 to the tanker. That's that little yellow triangle there. Now if I move to air Bravo, no, I'm still not getting distance information. Oh well, we shall just need to keep a beady eye out for the tanker. Now of course we can turn on our radar, and that's going to help us to find him. Let's go 80 miles. And he said at 27,000, so let's adjust the band. Oh, it's 22,000 he said, wasn't it? Of course we can always drop back into the data link to have a little look. So we'll go data link, put our net on. Go back to HSD. Now we can start to sort out. I think the tanker's heading away from us. Oh well, we'll fly out, we'll go up to 20,000. This here is Arco 41. So I might as well go up, stick a lock on him. Remember and turn off the autopilot. Now like anything on a tanker join, if you fly straight towards it, it's not going to be an effective join. So what I want to do is break out to the right here, because he's in a left-hand turn. I want to give myself enough room laterally to then turn in behind the tanker to join. I demonstrate how to do that in one of my GCI geometry videos. I'll link that at the end, and I'll put in a short clip now so you know what I'm talking about. So I'm heads down here in an F5, and I've worked out a reciprocal heading for the aircraft, so I'm now rolling in behind the aircraft. Now we do this when we join tankers, we give ourselves enough room to make that turn in behind. So in the F5 here, obviously I'm not tanking, because in this DCS F5 you can't tank, but what I am doing is rolling in behind a Tu-22. Now you can see it up ahead, it's a nice little rollout in for a tanker join. This is nice and easy. You can do all the maths for the geometry, and please watch that video. It works a treat, and it'll help you join tankers efficiently as well. Anyway, enough of that beautiful rollout. Let's get back into the JF-17. Oh well, let's shoot again. We'll let him start. So he was heading 160, so he's going to come left onto 340. So we'll go in the reciprocal of him now. So we'll head the opposite direction. So our TACAN again. If we want to have a separate TACAN channel, let's say for example we wanted to go to a separate area for our TACAN. Let me look at, I don't know, does Sochi have TACAN? Typically no, I know Kutaisi does. So Kutaisi is channel 44. So if I wanted to go to Kutaisi, I would hit course 044. Now this is TACAN 2 set in X-ray. If I want to go back to TACAN 1, I'm back to TACAN 1, that's preset. So you can have 10 separate TACAN channels set in the JF-17. So it's very easy. You don't have to do much. If you want to change the band, you click the arrow and change it from X to Y. 41 you type in and it's 041. It's not 41, it will not accept that. So it's 041. Now you can adjust the course that you want to intercept the TACAN on. You can adjust the altitude of the TACAN station, but for the tanker, I just want to leave it as 0 and then put altitude as 10 feet as it's generically set. Traffic above, there's another tanker. So we can see here our little TACAN symbol. Now we left the net, turned on our TACAN and joined the net again. We now have our TACAN information. So this here in front of us is our tanker, and he's in his left hand turn. I don't want to be co-level with the tanker, because if I overshoot then it's going to cause me problems and I'm going to crash into him. So I'm just going to drop back down here to 20,200. There's 4.3. We'll go silent now on the radar. And then we'll get ready to talk to Mr. Tanker. So we'll form up on the left hand side, and then we're going to turn that switch on. So that will give us a good indication of the speed of the tanker, and then we can look around, see if anyone else is there, listen out to the frequency of course. We're still on channel 11, so any other players in the server that join now, I'm going to be able to hear them if they're coming up to join Arco 4-1. Looking around, it's nice and clear. So we'll get ready to go in and join with them. Speed's coming now, so I'm bringing the air brakes out to slow right down. I think I might have overcooked this considerably, we'll see. I'll tighten my turn a little bit there, so that I'm bleeding off enough. Keep the tanker visual out the right window there. Right, there's 290. There's 280. He said 270 on the previous tanker John message. There we go. We didn't crash into the tanker. That's always a good start. So we'll get a little bit closer now. I've actually timed that, so he's going to be rolling out very soon. No one else at the tanker, so we can start to close in and get ourselves all settled, get relaxed, get your fingers loose on the controls as we get ready to tank in behind our KC-135. So brake will come out just again so we can get ourselves trimmed, ready for that refueling. So there we go, we're trimming up here so our nose is staying nice and steady. This is about the position I want to be, so I can see anyone else coming in, but we're clear. So I'm going to bring the boards back in. I'm going to go down and get that switched to all. And then I'm going to get ready for the pre-contact position. I can see something coming to my left hand side. I hope that contrail is far away. So get ready with the menu. Start to climb up into the position. And then we'll ask him.
Ready, pre-contact. Cleared contact.
Oh, first time, no, return pre-contact. We didn't get it today. So we're just going to slowly creep in with aircraft here. He slowed down in his turn there as he rolled out. There he goes. So again, same as the F-18, we're looking at the pod. We're not actually looking at that basket. It's a very slow tanker today. So we want to climb up a little bit low. We're just going to keep that basket in between these mirrors as we get close. We're going to go up, stabilize. If you feel yourself jostling around a little bit, just stabilize, come away from the tanker. He's still turning left slightly. He's like rolling out on his way back up. There he goes. Hopefully his speed will settle now. That's the worst bit. It's alright when he's actually in the turn, but when he's in that sort of rolling out stage, it's a pain. So I take my feet off the pedals because I don't want to be yawing left and right. And I'm just going to look at the actual bit that's attached to the wing. I'm not looking at the basket, I'm looking at the pod itself where the hose is coming out of. I'm bringing up the basket now into my vision. That's the bit of the height we want to go there, with the HUD at the edge of the engine. And we'll start to crab in towards. So keeping that basket nice to the right hand side, peripheral vision, and it goes. And we just speed up a little bit, and then we're constantly on the throttle, forwards a bit, back a bit, forward a bit, back a bit, forward a bit, back a bit. Staying nice and calm as we're in the basket. We're taking fuel, over 6,000 pounds there. Watching the fuel on the left hand side there as we're tanking. Obviously when you're doing this on your training and stuff like that, or on a mission, you're not going to be talking through it like a clown like I am, so it's a little bit easier if you're not talking, I'm not going to lie. Doing this live on a video can be quite distracting, shall we say, but we're still taking fuel. So there we go, that's how easy it is to use TACAN in the JF-17 to find your tanker and to refuel. Just a few tips there found with the JF-17. It's not particularly tough to refuel from it as long as you stay nice and calm. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, Happy New Year. Please click like and subscribe. It's a pleasure to have you watching these videos and to make the content for you. Don't forget to check out my good friends over at the Air Warfare group, and also our good friend Solly over at the Ops Centre. Both those channels are listed in the description below. They are absolutely fantastic. Go watch them. Until next time, Tactical Pascal, out.